not know?
Fail-safe sensors couldn't reach this far beneath the surface of the planet.
Now they can. Assimilating data. Wow. 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 This was here the whole time?
Maybe. Or it could be something new. Something the Conductor built when they grasped the Echo's power.
So, speaking of, those nanobots aren't responding to my signals. There's a pretty high chance the Conductor hijacked them. It ends here, Captain. Sorry.
It's all right, Failsafe. We can figure out another plan.
Return to the helm, Guardian. Failsafe and I will coordinate and find out our next steps.
Hello again, Captain. We have an interesting metaphysical task ahead of us today. As I understand it, years ago, Osiris rescued the Saint unit we are familiar with from a Vex simulation. In doing so, he created a paradox. The Saint unit is alive with us now, but simultaneously dead within the Vex network. The databanks of that deceased Saint unit are filled with information. Information I believe I can use to locate the Conductor.
The thing is, Saint Unit will have to download the memories of his other self. Experience years of suffering. His own death. It'll be kind of awful. And he hasn't really been in a good place lately. You know?
But the Conductor must be confronted. I'm sure Saint Unit will understand.
Won't he?
Guardian, Osiris, Encore and I have made a plan. We can use what we know about the Veil and the VexNet.
The Veil? Why would you need...
We will go to my tomb, in the timeline where I died fighting the Vex. My true death.
When you were taken from me.
Yes. I can use the memories of that Saint 14. My memories.
I remember when the Vex killed my crew. Those memories will haunt me forever.
Failsafe?
I mean, it's not so bad. Except for the horrors.
Yes. Everything I learned, everything I did. I fought the Vex for many, many years.
I remember.
Ikora thinks we can use the data to find this Conductor and secure the Echo.
No. I won't. We can find another way. Failsafe.
It must be done. So I will do it. Ikora told me I was once the Vex's greatest opponent. She said I should remind them.
I need to think. This can't be the only path left to us.
The Saint Unit has already made up his mind.
He needs you right now. You know he can't do it without you, right?
Saint will join us shortly. We seek access to his tomb.
We are grave robbing.
That is one way of putting it.
The interim Saint unit is still VexNet. Their memory core is a back channel into the network.
Saint must understand there are no lesser versions. Only expressive tessellations of what could be. And facing his death again is the cost of that revelation. Well, so be it.
Nessus reshapes itself around this Vex fluid. Soon, we will hardly recognize it. The Infinite Forest was on Mercury. How do we reach it from here?
The access here is somewhat like an archive.
imprinted into the magnetic field of Nessus.
The Vex used Nessus for defunct digital storage. They kept trying to plug me into it.
And wow, is exposing me to their connection protocols going to backfire? They should have predicted that.
What did you mean about the data here being defunct?
The Guardian pulled you from a point before your death to a point after it. To the Vex, that temporal event is a defunct anomaly now, non-existent within this timeline. So it is kept here, stored in Nessus's memory.
The details that separate him and I, if they fade away, will I be his shadow? Or will he be mine?
I can't answer that for you. You're you. Were you less you before today? I tore open time for you.
I suppose.
I'm in.
Now to learn of the man I was, and will be. Osiris, why did they keep my body?
Respect. They honor you with a perfect preservation. There's no replacing you, Saint. Even the Vex recognize that.
The Vex are very meticulous.
But also weirdly sentimental.
There.
Wait. When I searched for you in the infinite forest, I saw this again and again. You, entombed, taken away from me, perhaps forever. When finally I found you, I thought I would never have to see it again.
I am here, Osiris. You told me that I am real.
So is he. Do it. Remember the Vex. But also how much I loved you in that timeline, too. Saint!
I see it. I tear through the Vex. They cannot stand against me. They hesitate. They are afraid of me. Oh. Then Geppetto is hurt. I try to protect her, but I am too late. I pull the Minotaur apart with my bare hands. But soon, I fall. The Vex approach. They are lifting me up. I lose my senses. I cannot feel my body. My vision blinks in and out.
Stop. Please.
I am on this slab, but I have one final feeling. A memory of us. Together. I am bringing you tea. I watch you take a sip. It is too hot, but you smile. That is my last thought. My Phoenix. I am gone. But no! Here I am! With both of you. I am Saint 14! The conductor cannot hide from me anymore. Failsafe!
I have the coordinates, Saint Unit.
Good luck.
Saint Unit, Captain, I have achieved coordinate lock. I'm rerouting the conductor's radiolaria flow to this location.
So, hey, while redirecting the conductor to you, they were real in there. I pulled some other Vex along, and you're surrounded. Maybe we can reason with them?
Yes, Guardian. Reason them with the big guns. I will protect Osiris until the way is clear.
See? You're the same old saint.
Violence succeeded where diplomacy failed.
And I got that pesky pump door open before the Vex cut our connection. You have a clear path to the conductor.
Excellent work, fail-safe. Now it is us telling them what to do.
The conductor's signal approaches. Nessus groans under the yoke of its new cultivator.
Let us see if they can produce answers or only questions. Lakshmi?
Is a facsimile its archetype? No, I am Maya Sandrash. But we have already met.
Sundaresh. So this is what happened to you after Neomuna. After your experiments with the Veil.
I know what you can do with the Echo of Command. I will not allow you to raise an army of Vex.
I'm doing what I've been called to do.
The Vex called to you.
Humanity called to me. The collapse, the Black Fleet is finished. Now we can look back to what we've lost. Radiolaria is the means to this end. It represents the smallest unit of consciousness. A trillion formless minds, notes in a symphony of thought. Each one begging for direction, for a conductor. Nessus will be converted. The radiolaria I command will be spread throughout the system. I will deliver us a golden age. And if you stand in the way of progress, I will break you down into more compliant elements.
We are not your Vex.
You will be.
Get us out of here, now! The research on Yomuna's Veil facility is complete. As the report is lengthy, I will summarize. Maya Sundaresh and Chioma Esi were a married pair of researchers in the Golden Age. Their work often touched on the Vex. They found an object on Neptune that whispered to Maya in her own voice. That artifact, the Veil, is of the darkness, as the Traveler is of the light. Maya grew obsessed with it. Chioma grew afraid. In her compulsion to study the Veil, Maya took no heed of any risks or of Chioma's doubts. Humans under her command died. Exominds were wiped. Maya wanted a chorus that could channel the power of the Veil. And to control that chorus, she built an imprint of herself named Lakshmi. Soon afterwards, Maya entered the Vex network. She left no trace. Chioma exiled Lakshmi, shut down all Veil research, and redacted it from Neomuna's history. In a final act, Chioma entered the network herself. Other Mayas and Chiomas were already inside, simulated hundreds of times by the Vex.
Maya Sundaresh, risen from the Vex network. She has Lakshmi's face. Osiris tells me it must be a mask she feels comfortable wearing. Well, it did not comfort me. And today was already filled with ghosts of the past. Guardian, before I claimed the memories of the other me, I was afraid. I was already filled with doubt, and I thought I might lose myself. But as his thoughts merged with mine, it was as though I lived through his centuries of struggle. And my feelings, our feelings, were in perfect harmony. And suddenly, all questions the conductor put in my mind were answered. It does not matter if I am the real saint or the true saint. Every me is me. So, when Maya tried to command me again, I used my truth to push her away. But she still forced me to my knees. She is growing stronger. We must return to stop her, but she has blocked our access. Failsafe is working on a way through. And when she finds it, I will be...
Do you still imagine all the possibilities life could have, as I did? Or has fate made other choices for us? If we are to stray from our predetermined path, our salvation requires sacrifice. I experimented to find the words that would make you understand. Make you see what I see. But for you, the cost was always too great. Lifetimes passed before I realized, for me, you are too great a cost. Somewhere was another us that made the right choices. A better us. A better you. Not imprisoned by fate. I do not know what that version looks like. Us. Perfected. But I will. Because though we've lost everything, I still dream of what we could be. And in one of the many iterations in which we have peace, I only want the one that is real. I will find our golden age. Our perfect future. Yours and mine. And if you cannot see why my methods are necessary, I have the tools to make you understand. Guardian, I bring an invitation. It's not too late to accept. Everything I do is for the sake of a second golden age. A return to what we have all lost. The Witness's failure showed that homogeny is fragile. Strength rises from individuality. It rejected the lesson of its own memory. Commander Takal's strength was their individual perspective. Their skill at directing an army. Not a hive mind. The echo of command and I were equally shapeless before we joined. It reformed my consciousness even as I made it into my mantle. Power joined to individual will. This is the key. Commander Takal lacked one, and the Witness lacked the other. I hold both. With the echo, I encouraged my Vex's individuality. I commanded your ally. With more application, could anything lie beyond my reach? I have the will and power to create a new golden age. I am no tyrant. The conductor listens to her chorus. Join it and be heard. I'm sure we'd both prefer you make that choice for yourself. But believe me, that isn't necessary.
Did you receive the transmission from Maya Sundaresh? What did she mean when she said she'd find our golden age?
As a golden age AI myself, I observe a negligible intersection between Maya's current behavior and the relative utopia of that time.
There was peace. We turned our focus to the stars, but we weren't conquerors. We were explorers, scientists, adventurers. We reached into the unknown, not to control it, not because we were commanded to, but because we had hope. That feeling was a long time ago, but I'll never forget it.
And I'm not getting any of that from Maya. Captain, I have overridden the Vex security around the scene of your last confrontation. The coordinates are standing by. If you find Maya, tell her I reject her entire premise, and then destroy her.
Guardian, the conductor has diverted the flow of radiolaria to the planet's core.
We know her goal. We must uncover her method. It seems a contingent of Shadow Legion has taken interest in Sundaresh's plan. To what end? Under whose command, we do not know. Outpace them. I can only speculate as to the Shadow Legion's motivations. We have seen allies sublimated into the Vex network. It takes great strength of will to maintain a distinct identity within it. The Echo grants that strength of will. We have seen it firsthand in the Conductor's presence.
And we've stopped Scion incursions into the Nessus Vex Collective before. The Shadow Legion wants the same thing we do.
Sundaresh is creating pluralities within the Vex minds. instigating individuality within her collective.
Until now, each Vex collective was guided by one mind, acting in unison. Maya has turned a collective into a community.
It makes them unpredictable. Our tactics must change accordingly.
Ishtar buildings. Here. Are the Vex establishing facilities as reconstructions of Sundaresh's memories? Taking comfort in the familiar, and forcing the Vex to give her what she needs. Sounds like Maya.
Fidelity test. What did we name our daughter?
What? Maya?
What did we name our daughter?
Where are you? What's going on? Please? Maya!
What did we name our daughter?
Nisa.
Elaborate.
We debated names for weeks. Parthenogenic incubation was moving along fine in the lab. And the collapse. Everything happened so fast, we had to leave.
Answer. Latency beyond acceptable bounds. Degassing exomind.
No! Osiris, I read your reports from Neptune. That was Chioma Esi. What did Maya do?
She's searching for something. Using Chioma as a baseline to find our golden age among the simulations.
This is horrific.
I'm afraid this is just the beginning. Sundaresh has amassed a formidable Vex force. For now, we can only delay her plans.
Guardian, take this opportunity to strike.
Sundaresh is doing more than commanding the Vex. She's taking control of an entire collective and using radiolaria to search the Vex simulation network. Our golden age, in her understanding, must exist within it.
And Chioma?
A means to an end. A way to measure reality. A heart weighed against a feather.
Could Maya find what she's looking for?
I don't know. That is not the question at the front of my mind. That question is only, what will happen if she does? Return to the helm, Guardian. I need time to think over what we found here.
Never trust anyone who tries to justify their actions for the greater good. There are hundreds of copies of Maya Sundaresh in the Vex simulation network. She knows that there's nothing we can learn from the Vex that would bring us closer to our golden age. Those times are behind us. We're here, and we have what we need. No. What Maya wants is control. And for now, she has exactly that. She has an agenda more personal than a golden age. She always does. You saw her experiments. She's iterating, using the Vex, using Chioma. We lost so much to the collapse. But this path won't lead us to anything but more loss. Guardian, work with Failsafe to get back inside Maya's facility in the center of Nessus. With more data, we can uncover her secrets and put an end to her search.
Listen, Guardian. I was thinking hard about how to beat the Conductor, and Osiris stopped me. He said the Conductor is very strong, and has abilities we cannot stand against. But, he said, maybe we can beat Maya Sundaresh. Osiris told me the story of Maya, how she was lost in the Vex network, split into hundreds of copies, until the powers of the Echo brought her to life. The Conductor is one of those copies. Could be the first one, could be all of them smashed together. Maybe she does not even know herself. But Osiris says all Mayas are scientists, and we can see her thoughts in her experiments. We must find what she is trying to do. Failsafe has located pieces of tech to help you study the exobodies in Maya's laboratory. If we can learn what Maya is doing with those, maybe we can think of a way to stop her. Brains, not brawn, yes?
The Conductor has that pile of exoframes down in her lab. She was using them to host consciousnesses. I've been trying to figure out why, and then it hit me. Inconclusive. I need control data from other exos, and Europa's a great place to find some. Oh, this is good data. Yeah, I think I can almost decrypt another one of the Conductor's exos. All I need now is a cerebral host matrix. One of the classic brain models. Could you help me out, Captain? Got it. If you're ready, we can head back into the Conductor's lab. The exoframes she's working on down there have got to be key to the golden age she keeps talking about. We just need to uncover their secrets before she kills us all.
We must gain access to Sundaresh's facility once again. With the data Failsafe has collected, we can better determine Sundaresh's use of the exo-consciousnesses within the VexNet. The Conductor seeks to assimilate all of Sol under her command. She desires a golden age. But what does she really mean? With her methods, I do not assume benevolence. All I know is that it would undo everything we have accomplished since the collapse. We cannot allow this.
Empress Kaido believes that the Shadow Legion here are commanded by the defector scion, Yurix. It would explain their interest in Maya's research, and the Echo. It wouldn't just be access to the Vex simulation network. It would give Yurix command over an entire Vex collective. You could see the danger in that. Maya is diverting Radiolaria to search the Vex simulation network, peering into other timelines, trying to find our own past. And to that end, raising an army of her own collective to subsume Sol. She can use her Echo to control Vex, but these are under her command completely. She's converting them to serve her. Do they even know what they're doing?
Sundaresh's use of Chioma prefigures a dangerous compromise. We knew that she was capable of stepping beyond the bounds of ethics in her experimentation, but now we know the extent. The threat is serious and imminent.
personality test. How did I make you cry on our wedding night?
Maya? Maya? Where are we? How? We're alive.
How did I make you cry on our wedding night?
You didn't. I made you cry. Because I called you Sunrise. Surrey Day. Because your mother called you that. Because it reminded you she was gone. That she missed the happiest day of your life. And I touched your cheek. And I told you there's always another sunrise. Even after we see it set.
Degaussing exomind. Sentimentality is higher than expected variance.
Sundaresh is bringing copies of her wife, Chioma Esi, out of the VexNet. Finding them, interrogating them, and discarding them.
For her golden age?
No. No, perhaps what would be her own personal golden age. The wife she remembers. The one from her own simulation.
And Maya will destroy Soul to find her.
Sundaresh has recreated her caretaker. We face the same threat as before, and I do not believe it will be the last.
Osiris, I heard what the Guardian found. How could Maya do such a thing to Chioma, to the woman she loved?
Sundaresh convinced herself that she could never have loved this Chioma at all. Not this one, and not the others.
But this Chioma loved Maya. We heard it. I am sorry for doubting, for believing the conductor for even one moment. I am so sorry, Osiris, for doing that to you.
No, Saint. Don't apologize. You were forgiven from the first. Guardian, I can now confirm. Every exoframe in Maya's lab once held the consciousness of Maya's wife, Chioma Esi. Each a different version, pulled from the Vex network. Uploaded, judged, found wanting, and eliminated. Guardian, there are details about Maya Sundaresh I kept from Saint. He did not need to know the cruelty of the hands that touched his mind, or how much they reminded me of my own. But today, I saw a reflection of myself. Had I lost my way? If I never found Saint and instead wrapped myself in obsession, I thought myself heroic in my search, romantic, and that I was justified by my success. What if I had not realized my good fortune? If I had met Saint, not with relief, but with skepticism. Imagine myself finding Saint, deciding he is wrong, killing him, and then starting again. It would have broken me, and I believe it has broken Maya. One capable of such horror has defiled the concept of love. Do not forget what you're dealing with.
The conductor waits at the core of Nessus, working to awaken the planet and consume us in a flood of radiolaria. All in the name of her golden age, where she reunites with Chioma. Guardian, we cannot fight against the echo of command. But I think we could find Chioma. The Chioma Maya thinks of is hers. Failsafe believes she could isolate a signature using Chioma's original logs on Neomuna. Maya is still confined to the Nessus network, so that information remains out of her reach. It's the only advantage we've got. If we took that signature back to the lab, we could succeed where Maya has failed. Listen, I won't put another life in Maya's hands, not after what she's done. But if anyone could make her understand, it would be the one Chioma she's been searching for. I realize this is a long shot. Failsafe has prepared a contingency plan in case this goes wrong. One way or another, the Conductor's search ends now.
Guardian, we have managed to decrypt another personal log taken from Maya Sundaresh's domain. At first, we discovered the method of her search, but we were mistaken as to what she was looking for. Now we understand. Here, listen.
Maya Sundaresh. Personal log. Incidental. The variances have been outside of acceptable bounds on each attempt. Incomplete or divergent memories. Outsized or diminished emotional responses. These forgeries are not my Chioma. The memories are baseline. There are other timelines that mirror this one so closely that my interrogation would not, by itself, yield my Chioma. They all loved me. They all remembered the name of our daughter. That isn't the point. My Chioma would understand what I'm doing here. All she needs to do is look at the state of soul since our time on Neomuna. The mistake of the collapse. Clovis's hubris. The revelation of the witness. My Chioma would see me as a savior, and that she and I have a chance to rescue humanity from itself.
Do you see? She's a Pygmalion carving her love from the Vex, too obsessed with her sculpture's perfection to see that the flaws lie within herself. She doesn't remember Chioma, no more than she remembers the Golden Age. Their memories clouded by ego and need, far removed from the real. Chioma will die 1,000 deaths before Maya realizes her love is conditional. But perhaps we can find her real Chioma. And she can convince Maya of her error.
Captain, the Veil terminal on Neomuna should hold a trace of the Chioma Esi the Conductor thinks of as hers. If I attune to it, I can match its frequency and find the corresponding Chioma in the Conductor's lab. I think. Then we can pull that Chioma's consciousness through, I think. And then she can talk the Conductor out of murdering us, I think. I've isolated the signal. It's one of hundreds, but it's the same as the Conductor. I'm ready to carry out Ikora's orders. But first, we need a plan B. Take me to an active Vex network node on Neomuna. I have an idea. Okay, Captain. I need you to install a Vex network relay for me here on Neomuna. The Conductor can only monitor Nessus incursions, so they should let me help if things go wrong. Beep boop bingo. Set it up right there. Alright, that's my back door into the Vex network, just in case reuniting Maya with Chioma goes horribly wrong. Not that I think it will. But I kinda think it will. Be safe. Okay, Captain?
Guardian, you venture into Sundaresh's domain once again. But now, I have a word of caution. I know how Sane felt when the Conductor called to him. I recognize it from when Savathun had her hold over me. Thoughts that are not your own. Flashes of another consciousness encroaching on yours. Soon, rattling against the bars of your own mind. Even as you try to ask forgiveness for what you have been made to do, I feel it again. The conductor grows more dangerous each passing moment. We cannot know the extent of the Echo's power until we see it for ourselves. I know it will not end with the Vex or with Saint. It will end with us all. Go, Guardian. We must finish this before we too are compelled. Our calibrations on Yamuna will allow us to locate Chioma within the Vex net. But even if we succeed, and find the version of Chioma that Sundaresh is searching for, I'm not certain it will be enough. We shall see. I can only hope that my fears are unfounded. Even if Sundaresh fails eternally at her goal, she will eat away at our reality until it is subsumed by her Vex. We learned of her methods with the Veil. Each successive experiment, another step towards her own oblivion.
We've isolated the signature for Dr. Esi's consciousness from Neomuna. Her Chioma could convince Maya to end this.
Her Chioma stood by and watched it happen before. Sundaresh has brought Cabal under the Echo's power. Their mastery is growing. This will be our only chance to end the threat and secure the Echo.
Dot 130 to dot 59. Have you been able to raise team dot 97? Their Chioma was handling the Esi statistics. Let me know immediately if she responds. I'm getting worried. Can any of you tell me we'll make it out? Are we doing more than walking in circles till something picks us off? I'm all that's left of the dot 118. I've had enough. I'm staying in Variation Theta with the bismuth ones. Just one more Esi, waiting for the end. Dot 59 Chioma, calling any other Ishtar orphans from Variation Gamma of the Pink Sky world. I'm here with Dot 33 Shim and 2 Chiomas. Dot 27 and one who isn't sharing a number. If you're looking for a place, we've got one. We'll figure this thing out together.
I have decrypted the data contained in the signal.
227.97. To all teams, I've crunched the numbers. We're losing Essis at rates even higher than Maya's during the Sundaresh incident. Stay inside of your team at all times, Chiomas. Don't get separated.
This is Maya. Dot 65. Attrition levels are holding steady for Sundaresh. Shin. Dwayne McNeil, and our singular friend. It's only Chioma's vanishing. We lost a few Sundareshes. Too many Esis. If the pattern continues, we could lose every Shin in Dwayne McNeil. I suspect your Shin is swearing in a corner like mine is. Talk to him. We can't give in to despair. Wide frequency. Wide as it goes. This is .87 Sundaresh. Looking for .50 Esi. We were so brave setting out. I thought I was ready to face grief. I wasn't ready to become a widow this many times over. Chioma, I am not giving up until we find you. Hold tight. Stay safe. You are my life.
Wait, I don't... This is her. Chioma Esi. From our own past. Here. Dead. She's been thrown away too? Does Maya know what she's done?
Fidelity test. When did you first tell me you loved me?
I wish I could remember a time I loved you.
Elaborate.
I watched the woman I loved whittle herself away. Compromise by compromise. And I stood by you in each atrocity. Now all I see in front of me is a monster. Not my sunrise.
I'm trying to save you. You're not my Chioma. If you were her, you would understand. Degassi.
I am her. What I am not is your personal delusion.
You're like all the others. Scared and shallow-minded. Degassing exomind. Emotional fidelity test failed.
She found her Chioma and discarded her like all the rest.
That was my fear. Maya knows what she's become. There is no version of her wife who would accept her as she is now. Sundaresh is so shrouded by her own obsession that she did not even recognize the Chioma from her own simulation.
But she'll keep searching. Murdering Chioma again and again. Trying to find someone who's already dead.
If just for that, she must be stopped. Guardian, you will have to confront her again. This will end. Saint, do you have the coordinates?
I am here, Osiris. I am ready.
Is that a wise course of action, Osiris?
Sundaresh, you are obsessed. Can't you see that? You already found your Chioma.
You've destroyed my work. And now you're coming for me. So be it.
Guardian, I will stand with you. I know who I am. She won't command me again.
Maya will never listen to us.
We have to try.
There is no walking back from what she's done to Chioma Esi.
We must give her a choice. She can still surrender.
I'll be by your side when she doesn't.
You had to drag me down to bleed in the mud with you.
How many died to find the Chioma you call yours? Even then, you cast her aside.
You think that facsimile, that copy, was my Chioma? With fear behind her eyes? No. Not mine.
Splitting hairs to justify murder? You sound like Clovis.
Oh, an emotional assessment. Life is prototypes and iterations. Each past you relative to you now. Third-dimensional beings struggle with this concept.
No more wars. Surrender!
Why? How will you compel me if I refuse? Put it down, Encore. Honestly. The rest of you, lay down your arms. Thank you. Now, come, drink your fill. Let me change your mind.
You can choose to end this differently. Let this obsession go!
Choice is the ego, raging against the inevitable.
You may not see a choice. But I make my own fate!
I command you!
Not this time.
I can only make you look. Perhaps, in time, you will see.
She escaped. The echo with her. You found traces of Maya, Guardian? So she still lives, hidden somewhere in the Vex network. I hope she will abandon her terrible search for her lost Chioma. But I fear she may be beyond reason. Maya wanted everything just so. But people do not always fit cleanly into a frame. They spill out over the edges. That beautiful mess is what makes us who we are. If you demand only perfection, you will end up alone. For no one is perfect. Of course, some of us are closer than others. Ha! I joke. I know who I am. I accept myself and all my flaws. And to me, I am enough. You understand what I am saying, Failsafe?
I understand, Saint Unit. I'm not gonna do a little speech about it, but I understand.
Good enough.
I leave this to you now, when it's too early to act. Before you have the faculty to understand its gravitas. You were over the age you fought to restore. Everything we've lost, you won't find it on this narcissist station. I will set it in front of you. Finely crafted and tuned. You mistakenly label it hubris and resist. As you know, failure is a catalyst. It breeds invention. Would you comprehend the endless permutations of our conversation on the riverbank? I was only trying to change your mind. To help you see a better future. That exchange did not always end in your favor. It does not have to, still. You believe my ideology virulent. All right. Know that I have bled across time and under the skin of the cosmos. My knowledge became its fabric, filled its vessels, through its minds. Humanity is scattered, yet to see a collective, focused. But in this infinite network, the Vex have created, there is one answer. A golden timeline. with a heavy cost.
The Vex node. An access point into their simulation network.
Lisa had another nightmare.
Again? What was it this time?
She doesn't know how to describe it. She only says she's alone and no one can see her. Tonight, read her something to help her sleep. She misses you.
I will. I missed her too.
There are hundreds of copies of Chioma and Maya within the Vex network. We're glimpsing some that were untouched by the Conductor.
A bottle of port? What for?
It's our anniversary.
Oh, Chioma.
It's all right. I knew you'd forget. So I remembered for the both of us. Put your work away, Maya. Just for now. I'm cooking. Come join me.
And your insomnia?
A little better. Maybe. Sometimes. It doesn't matter.
It does. You're in pain. I don't want to see you in pain.
It's not important right now. Not with everything.
It is. You're just as important as anything else. There. Through the telescope. I have calibrated it. You can see.
Earth.
We won't be able to see it for much longer. There's a point on Neptune's orbital path where it won't be visible, even with our equipment.
Maybe that's a good thing. Just let it fade among the heavenly bodies. What?
Earth is the only planet that isn't a heavenly body.
Well, it is now. Maya. Maya, what's wrong?
Chioma, I didn't mean to wake you up.
You're pacing again.
I just can't stop thinking about what we had to leave behind.
We're still here. Suryote, my sunrise. Come back to bed.
There is no sunrise here. Only twilight.
Then you will be my brightest star.
Do you remember those gigantic sunflowers your mother grew?
Yes. Why?
I always looked at those and thought of you. But now, I think these ones here remind me of you, too.
Really? But these are so small. They hardly get any light on this planet.
But they're here and alive. And that's a miracle, isn't it? Just a little to the right.
How much? This is heavy.
My grandmother painted it. A little more to the right. Oh, too much. Left. Stop. Perfect.
It's not too close to the window.
No. Well. Now that you say so.
No, it's exactly where it should be. It's beautiful, Maya. All of the versions of us simulated by the Vax. What are their lives like? Are they happy? Are we still together? Are they safe at home or exploring Sol?
Yes. We are. All of it. Simultaneously. Forever. Is that so frightening?
No. It's wonderful. We'll live our fullest lives, together and apart. I love that.
This is all that's left of Maya's search. A graveyard. And every exo a tomb for Chioma Esi. All we can hope is that her remaining copies in the VexNet have found their own measure of happiness.
Sundaresh may have abandoned this place, but her presence is still felt in her Vex collective. Copies of copies, with the Vex mind guarding a secret long since discovered. We can only be thankful that we ended the threat before it grew beyond our control. Pitiful.
Greetings, Captain. I am quite pleased that you are alive. My planetary scans reveal that the Vex machinery within Nessus is dormant once again. Perhaps learning the truth about Chioma caused Maya to question her own judgment and halt her plans for galactic domination.
Or maybe she changed her mind when Saint Unit and Encore blasted the paint off her chassis.
Either way, she has vanished into the Vex network. I will continue monitoring Nessus, but I believe we can celebrate a successful mission.
Well, you can celebrate, at least. I was part of a crew again, and now it's over. I don't like goodbyes. You know, I thought I'd be sadder. Usually when I'm alone, it's like whoever left turned off the lights behind them. It gets real dark. But now, there's still a little brightness left. It's not coming from you, or Saint Unit, or Captain Jacobson. I guess it's me. I think maybe I can keep going just for me. See you around, Captain. Thanks for everything.